So just having a look at a few charts of interest. I just do these videos for my own interest to look back on, and just a few quick charts. The S&P 500 is still hasn't broken this momentum yet on the daily, and on the weekly we've got this just poking above the Kumo, but the weekly Key Jensen's dead flat, so it's not really a opportunity to short yet, and it's not really something that you want to be aggressively long either, so I'm just not taking any positions on the S&P 500 at the moment, and just seeing what it does. I do expect this to correct still. We had an attempt here to correct, but it never broke that upside momentum, but I do expect it will. We're coming into a buyback blackout. Companies are going to have a period where they don't buy back any stocks, and that's been the main driver of the market in this recovery, has been the stock buyback. So should get an opportunity to take some put options in the next month or so, and we'll see what happens. But it's not looking ready just yet. VIX, I've got an alert on the VIX here, but on the 4 hour, but it's still not. It's just undecided at the moment, and the daily is undecided too. So if we see it's when you get the big spikes, it looks something like this. So we're not getting anything. We're not getting a look anything like that at the moment. The MACD was above the centre line, and the price was breaking above the Kumo there, and that's when you get that's when you're more likely to get the pullback in stocks and the spike in volatility. But we're not seeing it, so we've just got to be patient and take it as it comes. Junk bonds are still holding up, so that's not a so that doesn't give me any reason to be bearish either at the moment. Junk bonds are leading to the upside still, so when you see, I just had a little bit of a break there for one day there, and then it reversed back up again. But when you see something like this, when junk bonds drop below the Kumo, and they broke down there on this side, this both daily, and now we're testing back up again, but had a massive rebound in junk bonds there, and it's going to be interesting to see just what happens here, because there's nothing to suggest that stocks are going to sell off hard any time in the immediate future anyway. But the US dollar index got hammered because the Fed has turned dovish, and there is almost certain to be no more rate hikes, or at the very most they're pricing in one rate hike in the rest of 2019, but they're also pricing in a rate cut in 2020. So as I said in my previous videos, I don't see any case for a strong dollar. There was a bit of a rally, but never broke that key level there, and it's a flat Key Jensen is a dead giveaway there. So now the dollar's weakening again, which is what I expected to happen, and I think it'll show a lot more weakness once the Fed really commits to the sort of once the Fed really commits to this dovish stance that they're taking now. I think that's going to really put a lot of pressure, downside pressure on the dollar. And yields have dropped through on the Fed comments as well. So 10-year has dropped back below the daily, the weekly Kumo rather, and and broken this consolidation period that's been holding for the year here. So it's a sign of weakness it's a sign of buying in bonds and weakness in the Treasury yield, in the 10-year yield. So and oil's been in a quite strong rally here. This momentum's still going to the upside. It's now testing the weekly key Jensen here, but that was a really typical the textbook flat top, a double top reversal there, and that's a V-shaped reversal back up to the flat key Jensen. So that's why I've been doing so well with oil. Oil's one of my favourites. Oil, I could make a living just trading oil if I wanted to, but it's certainly been fantastic trading it on my swing trading it and trading it on my intraday template. It's been very good. Emerging market bonds, these have been strong with the weak US dollar, so that's just breaking above the weekly Kumo again, so it's a sign of dollar weakness as well. And certainly been a boost for the emerging markets that took a beating last year. Gold's just holding this daily, both daily on both sides here. Daily just held the Kumo here, and it looks like we could, with the weaker dollar, we could test up to the there's been a key resistance level up here, so we could have a go at that. But gold's been quite good. The gold stocks have been doing very well, and gold's not making a long-term recovery yet, but certainly quite good in the short term. Litecoin's been doing quite well. This was how the 2017. This is how Litecoin looked here when it broke above the Kumo at this stage, and above the key Jensen, and the MACD was above the centre line. So cryptos follow exactly the same rules as anything else on my method. It's the exact same trading method that I use. Cryptos are absolutely no different to anything else. And you can see it's back above the key Jensen now, but the MACD's yet to cross back above the centre line here, and it's still obviously in counter trend. It's still below the Kumo, so it's very early days yet, but there's been some decent rally in this. It's not something that you'd want to be investing in long term, in my opinion, but I said these were only suitable for short term trading, not to buy and hold. But I don't give advice on what people should do with their money. That's up to them. All ordinaries, the ASX All Ordinaries is looking like it could be due for a pullback here, so that momentum has just, the momentum's just run out here on the 4 hour, and the daily is just testing the key Jensen at the moment, so it could be due for a retracement. But the Hang Seng, which ASX usually takes its lead from, has been holding up reasonably well, so maybe it's just a short term. Still too early to say yet. Might get a short term pullback, but maybe back to the 100 MA or something, but not looking like a major pullback at the moment. But have to see. Anyway, that's about it for now. I'll just leave it a short one, but see how we go. But pretty interesting, some things that are happening at the moment. Thanks for watching. Bye.